To the Minister from Jamaica, the country's tourism minister says nations that rely on tourism need help bouncing back from disruptions like pandemics. The minister is with me now. Edmund Bartlett, Jamaica's tourism minister, joins me from Florida. Minister, good to see you. Where will the money come from for this resilient fund, and who will spend it?
Well, firstly, Richard, this is a very innovative approach, I think. The money will come from the tourists, all the 1.4 billion and increasing number of visitors who go into destinations for one purpose, to consume. And so as you consume, you leave a tip behind. This is a voluntary contribution that you're making in order to put your own personal responsibility to the fact that you have to build resilience, because sustainability on planet Earth is our objective.
What would this money be used for, Minister? I mean,
this money will be used for mitigation, for adaptation, for the development of capacity within countries to know more about disruptions. Firstly, how to track them, how to mitigate against them, how to manage them when they come, and then how to recover, and recover quickly, and then to thrive afterwards. Now, this is what enables countries like Japan, for example, to respond and bounce back quickly after disruption. But at the same time, countries like my neighbor Haiti, for 20 years, are still struggling to recover from earthquakes and so on. So what we're saying is that if we enable these countries to have the resources to firstly educate and to provide knowledge, information, and then to be able to communicate effectively when these disruptions come and how to navigate through them, then we are in a better place for quicker recovery and bounce back.
So this is more about getting countries into a position to handle it rather than aid, for example, for rebuilding, restoration or whatever.
Well, the fact is, when this fund accretes, as it will enable that possibility too, so that you could use elements of it for preparation, to enable resilient building in the real way, that is to build better, to enable quality materials, and to develop the infrastructure that will enable us to respond well when different types of disruptions hit us. So it has a dual role, Richard, in that it enables for the development of capacity, and then secondly, it enables also for physical development to enable response on a timely and quick basis when disruptions of various types hit.
One
of the features of this is that this fund, Richard, is not going to be subject to the multilateral stringencies and the rules of that game, where some poor countries can't match up to what is required. Because every single visitor who comes into that country would contribute immediately, and that fund would go into the country's coffers for that purpose, and that purpose only, we hope.
So briefly, finally, you're having a good year. Your numbers are up, and it looks like it's going to be a bounce back year for you.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So far for the year, we're 15% ahead of 2019 in arrivals, and earnings are running closer to 30% of that period. And that's a very strong response, I believe. And that has resulted, Richard, because of the resilience that Jamaica has shown, and the fact that we, during the pandemic, had a good sense of what to do, even against the background of the uncertainties that prevailed at the time. Because we had established early, as you know, the Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center at our university. And we used the information and knowledge that we're gleaning about disruptions to quickly move into the motion of getting the protocols right and educating our people so that they could respond well and fortunately navigate it quickly through the difficulties.
It is always good to see you, Minister. Thank you. Minister Bartlett from Jamaica.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.